Hello and welcome to Dover Castle, the best place in Kent, and also welcome to their brand new multimedia experience, Operation Dynamo, Rescue from Dunkirk.
Now we're so excited to be here because here at the secret wartime tunnels is where real people planned an extraordinary rescue of 338,000 British and Allied troops from the beaches of northern France. In there is where it actually happened.
Now, I don't know about you, Charlie, but I don't know, I mean, it's all right, yeah, but I sort of feel there's something missing. I sort of feel we need to get into it a little bit more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, just come this way. Whoa! Look at us!
I know!
Sergeant O'Brien!
Commander Hemming!
Yes, okay, madam, let's get to work after you. Hello, how do you do? Commander Hemming.
Hello, Sergeant O'Brien. Hello.
Or James and Charlie, really for now. This is Senior Curator Rowena Willard right here at Dover Castle. Thanks for getting us to come down here into the tunnels.
Rowena, we're about to go into the waiting room, which is where the war was announced by King George VI in 1939. Give us an idea about how people would have been feeling when this happened.
There was quite a build-up to the war announcement in the first place, so I think some people were relieved when it actually happened. On the other hand, there was those that had lived through World War I, and they would have been more worried about what was coming.
And the thing to remember, I think, for everyone who comes to visit, is that this is really where it happened. This isn't a reenactment, this isn't a mock-up. These are the true tunnels where all this history was created.
Yes, and I think that makes a difference when you're here. The walls that you're looking at and the equipment that you see down here, it's all original or replicating what was here. And when you're somewhere where you know that something important happened, I think it makes all the difference and makes history come alive.
We welcome the new Prime Minister, Mr. Churchill.
So Rowena, we've just seen a film which depicted the build-up to the war and the period before it and the phony war. How important was this time period into what eventually happened?
Hitler was in power for quite some time in Germany, and there really was a sense of a build-up to him taking different countries and a sense of the threat growing and building. And then after the war was announced, nothing happened. People thought, well, what's this all about? And then you get the run up to Dunkirk.
This is the graffiti tunnel, and you look at the walls of rock and the graffiti that's been etched into these walls. Rowena, how far back in time does it go?
Well, the earliest graffiti that we've found here so far is 1807. There probably is earlier, because the tunnels themselves were built in 1797. The most recently, though, I think one of the most moving things for me was when one of the veterans came back and showed us where he'd written his name during Dunkirk.
23rd to 26th of May. The Germans take Boulogne and Calais, but then stop for 3 days. Rats.
We've just had a visual demonstration of exactly what happened, the German strategy and how Germany invaded the rest of Europe and how the Allied forces grew and fought back, and really it just really kind of made it all easy to understand.
Yeah, the graphics and everything are amazing. It's really clever. You're looking at a big planning table really as you sit around it. And Rowena, it was fascinating to see how almost simple 5 minutes of graphics has made, well, what seemed like hours in a school lesson really quite easy to grasp.
Yes, not just easy, but I think really brings you into the sense of how fast it all happened as well, and how people were sort of surprised by how quickly the Germans managed to basically take over what was one of the most powerful nations in Europe at that time, which was France.
Also taking off the duties. It was never intended the ships to berth alongside.
They were coming on board on ladders and ropes, sliding on poles.
From Casemate Z, which is the tunnel where it shows exactly what happened in Dunkirk during Operation Dynamo, and it was just spectacular, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, when you go in there, be prepared to be amazed, one, by the graphics that you're seeing and how it's projected. I don't want to give too much away, but also I think the other thing, Rowena, is that we almost take for granted when you were watching it. Yes, we were in amongst it there, but that film footage was real, and there was someone filming that at the time.
Yes.
And I always think when you watch that sort of film, you sort of think, surely they may have had some better things to do, like get out of there, but there was someone filming.
Yes, although it has to be said the majority of film footage was actually German.
Really?
Yeah, because the Brits were, as you can imagine, otherwise occupied, and we didn't really have the film crew with us in the way that Germany did, because they had the whole propaganda machine at that point. But I think another side of it is the voices, because they are real voices, recordings of the soldiers that were there, and I think it's that gives it the emotional impact as they're describing what happened to them.
Well, we've come to the end of our tour. Rowena, thank you so much for giving us the tour that you can come and do at Dover Castle. Being a senior curator, having you on board, it was just brilliant, really, really exciting.
Absolutely fascinating, thank you. But unfortunately for us, James, it's back to the real world.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah,
okay. Right, let's go and see what's going on out there then. Off to you.
Oh, we're back to normal.
Oh, I was getting kind of used to looking like that.
No.
Oh dear. Look, come and enjoy the brand new interactive experience here at Dover Castle. Operation Dynamo, Rescue from Dunkirk. You will not be disappointed. It is fantastic.
Absolutely amazing. But I'm afraid, James, it's back to reality for us, which means back to the studio. Come on.
All right, after you.